this is John Twist of University Motors. Today I want to talk a little bit about TD, TF, and for that matter, MGA front suspensions. This is a top swivel, top knuckle, trunnion, link, there's lots of different names for it, from the front suspension. So the kingpin fits inside. That's maybe we can get a little picture of the inside thread here, and that's an Acme thread on the inside. The left-hand side of the car is a left-hand thread, the right-hand side of the car is a right-hand thread. As the car is, everyone talks about the suspension moving up and down, but of course the suspension doesn't move up and down. The suspension stays still. The wheel stays on the ground. It's the car that moves, right? In any case, there's a distance tube here, and this distance tube sits between the A-arms at the bottom and between the arms from the shock absorber on the top. Therefore, this can swivel around it and can swivel as the suspension moves up and down. This distance piece can swivel inside here. Over a period of time, the distance tube becomes very worn, rusty, crappy. The bushing on the inside of here becomes worn. The grease gets all hard and so forth. So it is possible to install a new bushing, ream it 3/4 inch, and then put in the new distance tube. Now the new distance tube should be 10 thousandths longer, which you can't see because it's such a tiny amount. But the distance tube should sit proud of the top when the bottom is level by 10 thousandths. So this trunnion has a 10 thousandths end float. Okay, let me show you with that. We put a front suspension bolt through there with some big washers on it. And these washers, if you can imagine, are taking the place of either the arms for the shock or the A-arms. While I'm doing this, let me remind you that our summer party is coming up August 8th, Saturday, August 8th. We're featuring the MGA 1500 because it's the 60th anniversary of the introduction of the MGA. Okay, so now this nut and bolt assembly is tight, and we probably can't see the movement here. We probably can't, if we look here at the top. I don't know if we can see that or not on the camera, but that's moving. If you put a feeler gauge in there, that's 10 thousandths. It has to be free. It has to be able to swivel. If it's a lot more than that, if it's 30 thousandths or 60 thousandths, then when the car stops, which means that the wheel and the kingpin come to a stop, the car continues, and this bolt on the top moves forward and it goes clunk right at the end of braking. Not uncommon for the bottom of the A-arms on an MGB. So anyway, this is cleaned up. We've put this through our sandblaster and through our tumbler. It's always nice to make brass look nice. The factory, they didn't make it look nice, they just painted it black. But today, with the brass, it's real pretty. We end up putting in the new bushings, then we chuck these up in the lathe and spin them and true the ends, because the ends here where they come up against the A-arms or the shock arms, they can get bent or gouged or anything, but we trim those up, which makes this distance a little narrower than it was originally. Therefore, we have to take the distance tubes and take a minuscule amount of material off them so that we're left with 10 thousandths of end float. And then when we send these back to the customer, the distance tube and the trunnion or link is matched, so you don't change one distance tube one to another, because you might get one that's too long and give you clunking, or too short, which doesn't allow you any movement. So that's about the news on this. A little comment about these. We got a lot of stuff going on in the shop here. We got one of the nicest midgets around. It's from New York City. Up here we've got an MGA from Kansas City with a very particular problem with the oil pressure. We hadn't ever seen it before. Here we've got an MGA that's come to us from I don't know where. It came in this morning. A car came out of Florida. A guy just purchased it. And down at the end we have my late lawyer's 73 MGB white Roadster with a single side draft Weber, and it's for sale. If you're looking for a 73B with a single side draft, get in touch. And Tom Bookless is here with his TF out here, and that's come to us from Atlanta, I think, because that's the last place he drove it to. So I don't even know why it's here yet. We'll find out as soon as I'm off camera. Hey, come to our summer party. We love it. And call me between 1 and 2 with your technical questions. If you write emails, I answer emails somewhere between half an hour and about 600 days. So if you want an answer, like right now, call. I'm always happy to talk to you. So drive your MG, enjoy the summer. It's 2015, come to our summer party, safety fast.